dímelo, mi gente, que lo que? You already know this is Punch Drunk Boxing, a.k.a. Mr. Moonshine himself, a.k.a. El Adobo, a.k.a. El Sazón, a.k.a. El Maldito Borracho. Ladies and gentlemen, you already know it's fight week, a special week. You already know it's a special week when Canelo Alvarez is about to fight. You already know this Saturday, September 17th, the trilogy of fight that a lot of people still was looking forward to. A lot of people wanted to see. There was a lot of uncertainties in the first fight and the second fight, but Triple G and Canelo Alvarez is bringing you the fight that a lot of fans out there want to see. And of course, both of these fighters got good, loyal fan bases, good countries behind them. And you know what I'm saying? I guess this fighter was just due. Now, of course, if y'all follow the channel, I was very, very big on the middleweight undisputed. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to see Triple G go after Dimitry, Jamal Charlo, and I really wanted to see the middleweight undisputed. And it didn't come through fruition. Triple G decided. I was eating some vegetable. Triple G decided to go for the Willy Wonka ticket just like everybody else, right? I mean, I don't think that he gets the critique like everybody else. Maybe because he done greater things. Maybe because he's proven more, and people probably gave him a pass, unlike they do with Jamal Charlo, David Benavidez, Dimitry. They say that they all was waiting on Canelo Alvarez payday, but I also believe that Triple G was waiting on Canelo Alvarez payday. But anyway, he's going to have his payday. He's going to have his pension plan. He's going to have his 401k because Canelo Alvarez is going to deliver the type of retirement ass whooping that is going to come forth for Triple G, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, that's my prediction. It's not going to change. I got Canelo Alvarez with Zukin. Triple G, yes. Hold on, let me say what's up to the people. What's up to the people? Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like button. What's good? What's good? Transcend the Sports Channel in the building. What's good, ladies and gentlemen? What's good, everybody? Yeah. Also, if you subscribe to my website, www.punchdrunkboxing.net, the man of the hour that's going to be stealing the show, I believe, unless that Canelo Alvarez if he doesn't knock out Triple G, we're going to be talking about more about this. We're going to be talking about this all week. What could Triple G do? I'm going to do the physical demonstration on the heavy bags to let you know how I feel it could go with Triple G or Canelo Alvarez and what they need to do to neutralize one another. They know each other very, very well. They sparred each other. They fought 24 rounds. So I think if anybody knows Triple G better than anybody, it will be Canelo Alvarez, vice versa. I believe, let me tell you who's also performing. If y'all don't know, Ammo Williams performing. Y'all already know, man, one of the phenom in the sport of boxing as well. Had a hiccup in his career with mental illness, but he's back strong, willing to take control of his career, willing to take control of his life. And Kevin Cunningham, one of the prestige trainers in the sport of boxing, is helping him along the way. And more props to Ammo Williams, more props to Kevin Cunningham for picking up this young fighter. I believe he's going to be a world champion soon. Also, Bam Rodriguez, Jesse Bam Rodriguez, going to be in the card as well. I believe he's highly capable of stealing the show. Can't wait to see one of the phenom. I love the way that they put him. Matchroom did a good job. Because to be honest, I think that Bam Rodriguez can now highlight his own card, but they did a great job in putting him on this Canelo Alvarez card. Versus Triple G. He's gonna have a lot of people looking at him, and he's one of the prestige, one of the phenom in the sport of boxing that does not drag his career through eggshells. You know what I'm saying? He's not tippy-toeing his career. You already know he fought Cuadra, beat Cuadra. You already know he fought Rumberside, beat Rumberside. Rumberside, the guy that also beat Chocolatito and Estrada. Bam Rodriguez is a damn goods. And right now, from the top 3, top 5 young fighters, I got Bam Rodriguez in the top 3. You know why? Because who he has faced, he's a champion, and he is willing to risk it. He's willing to be great. He's striving to be great, and I believe that he is going to have a legitimate legacy when his career is done. Good kid, and he's just an incredible talent. And We got to put him up there. We got to put him up there. I mean, for me, he's ahead of already Boots Ennis. He's ahead of Virgil Ortiz as well. So we got to give a lot of credit. I out of the young fighters, I do got T.O. Shakur Stevenson, Bam Rodriguez as top 3 of most proven, best resume up to date. Y'all already know Shakur Stevenson beat Jamel Herring, is a 2-division world champion, beat Jamel Herring back-to-back with Oscar Valdez. We got Bam Rodriguez that beat Quadra, that beat Riverside, and we got Teofimo Lopez that beat Richard Comey, Nakatani Richard Comey, and Lomachenko back-to-back. So I believe that these 3 got the best resume of the young generation, in my opinion. He said Bam will beat Nonito and Chocolatito. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. But I believe in the young hungry lion. Also Gabe Rosado. So I gotta give credit to Gabe Rosado. You already know this past weekend we was watching Nate Diaz, and I was talking about in the video that I did that, you know what I'm saying? It's a different type of culture, different type of fan base, and where people don't look at the O. You know what I'm saying? What people look at is, are you going to go out there and entertain? Are you going to give it your all? Are you gonna? Are you good? You know what I'm saying? Are you win, lose, or draw? Are you going to try your best efforts, 100%? And if you go out there trying to win, do everything that you have to do, leave no stones unturned. The fans identify those efforts. Win, lose, or draw. The real hardcore boxing fans value the effort. Identify with the effort. Identify when you're really going all out. And by the end of the night, win, lose, or draw, we respect those fighters. That's why guys like Gabe Rosado is respected and have a lot of losses in his record. That's why Derek Chisora is respected and have a lot of losses in his record. This is why the people love Jorge Masvidal. This is what the people why love Nate Diaz, and they can do pay-per-view. If we bring that type of mentality, that culture mentality from the UFC into boxing, I think we will value fighters more, and fighters and their business handlers won't be reluctant to test their fighters and to risk their fighters fighting the best. So, okay, now, y'all see the thumbnail? Y'all see the title. Y'all know what's going to happen this weekend? Y'all know what's going to happen November 5th. November 5th, y'all already know you got Dimitry Bivol versus Zurdo Ramirez. The WBA ordered that fight. It's a great fight. It's a fight that we've been wanting to see in the light heavyweight division for quite some time, because Zurdo Ramirez wanted that chance, and Dimitry Bivol also wanted that chance, but a lot of hiccups along the way. But now we're here on November 5th. But first, we got to take care of this fight with Triple G and Canelo Alvarez. Now, like I said, this past week, Canelo Alvarez winning a decision is just might not be enough. Might not be enough. You know what I'm saying? And people gonna be like, yo, Punch, but is enough if Triple G go to a decision? Is enough if Bivol wins a decision? Is enough? But why you gotta put all that pressure on Canelo Alvarez that he needs to stop Triple G, that he need to knock out Triple G, that he need to TKO Triple G? At the end of the day, I'm okay. I'm okay with a 12-round decision, with a good effort, good boxing skills, technique, go out there and win a decision. But I believe the nature of this fight, the nature of this series, the nature of Triple G versus Canelo Alvarez is there's a lot of uncertainties in the first fight. In the second fight, a lot of people's ambiguity. A lot of people say that Triple G won. A lot of people say Canelo Alvarez won. A lot of people say it was a draw. A lot of people say it's a robbery. 118, 110. It's everywhere, and this is why we have the trilogy today. But there are people that are saying that Triple G now is a more at disadvantage because Triple G is 40 years old. They bring the age, in my opinion. They bring the age. Canelo Alvarez is younger. He's in his prime. His intellect and physical ability is coexisting at the highest level, and they feel like this is going to be an easier fight with Triple G. And there shouldn't be no uncertainties going on to the trilogy bout. Is y'all commenting on it? I don't see it moving. Let me see. Hold on. I don't see the comment section move. Not sure if y'all writing anything. Let me see, just in case. Okay. It's the same thing. Yeah, I'm seeing. I don't see no comment, but anyway, so I believe maybe because of the criticism that Canelo Alvarez gets, maybe because of that, that I feel like maybe it's pressuring me. Maybe it's pressuring me to say that he needs a KO. I just feel that if Canelo Alvarez goes out there and gives it a close decision win, I don't think it's going to be good enough for the critics, for the fans, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that they you know what I'm saying? Fans, they like underdogs. Triple G is going to be an underdog. He is the underdog of this fight, right? Triple G is moving up to 168 pounds. And I believe it's his first time fighting in 168. Maybe he fought between that and his upcoming when he was coming up and stuff like that, like every other fighter does. They fight in between those weight classes on catch weights and shit like that. But if it goes very, very close into the 12 rounds, Triple G will get moral victory. I'm gonna tell you like this right now. If Canelo, even if Canelo Alvarez wins 116, 112, and most of the people believe, that's 116, 112, people will try to nitpick 1 or 2 rounds so they could say it was a draw, nick couple of swing rounds out of nowhere, and say that Triple G won, because I don't believe that Canelo Alvarez could afford to have this as a close fight. Not even 116, 112. 117, 111, cool. 116, 112, 115, 113, Triple G will receive moral victory. And Canelo Alvarez, and I'm going to say it like this, it's unfortunate, but a decision will not close the book of Triple G and Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez will have to do, as I predicted, and knock the F out, knock him the F out, knock him out. Knock him out, Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez, the 4th Division World Champion, the super middleweight undisputed, King Nelo, a.k.a. Cartelo, a.k.a. Payday, a.k.a. get that fuck out of here, man. You got to knock out Triple G by any means necessary, or the book will not be shut. I gotta be real. I'm gonna tell you like this. Right now, I think in any time of Canelo Alvarez's career, the critics, they like this. They waiting after the fight, September 17. All the critics. I don't believe that Canelo Alvarez seen so many critics like this after this fight. They are waiting. They are waiting on this. They are waiting for this fight. They are waiting to say it's a robbery. They're waiting to say it's corrupted. They waited to say that you don't fight Sudo Ramirez because you don't want to fight Mexican fighters. You don't want to fight you ain't fight you didn't get the rematch clause, or you didn't exercise it. People you don't want to fight David Benavidez in 168. Everybody will be on Canelo Alvarez next. I believe that at this time, at any point of Canelo Alvarez's career, he has a pressure that he may have never felt before. But the beauty of the pressure, the beauty of it, ladies and gentlemen, is that Canelo Alvarez is an all-time great. That Canelo Alvarez could handle the pressure. There's a few great athletes in the world ever that can handle the type of pressure that awaits for Canelo Alvarez, win or lose. Because if he wins, David Benavidez' pressure and the fans is going to be near. After November 5th, the pressure is going to be near. People are going to expand the criticism of his statement about not fighting Mexican fighters. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be pressure, win or lose. But he needs to go out there this Saturday, September 17th, T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas, Nevada, and stop Triple G. Stop El Viejo. Give him his pink slip. Give him his pension. Give him his 401k, Canelo Alvarez. You cannot afford to go 12 rounds and win by decision, because the people will critique it. They will say that it was corruption. They will say it was a robbery. That will bring them some couple of swing rounds, and they will give Triple G moral victory. And for a guy like Triple G, he shouldn't get the moral victory. He shouldn't get the moral victory because he's a future Hall of Famer. He shouldn't get no pity. But We all understand and we got to keep it real. We got to keep it honest, unbiased, logically, and objectively. You already know how I preach. You already know yo soy el pastor de boxeo. You already know el sazón, el borracho, el pastor de boxeo. I don't lie. I don't lie to you. I know hustle, okay? I know hustle. Like people out there hustling mi raza, hustling my people. ¿Ah? Usted sabe lo que ustedes son. Hablando mentira. Hablando mentira. ¿Ah? We're going to break this shit down today. Damn hustler. These pimp channels. And you want to be narrative hoes. Ten cuidado con esa gente que no le importa de ustedes. ¿Eh? Stop being hookers in the point in YouTube. All right? Stop being narrative hoes for these narrative pimps. Ladies and gentlemen, again, we're going to discuss this. Yes, Canelo Alvarez lost several months ago, Cinco de Mayo, versus Dimitry Bivol. Yes, he lost. Wide margin? Yes. No excuses? I don't know. I don't want it. I don't want to give him no excuse. I don't want to give him no excuse. No, I don't believe there's an excuse. I don't want to give him no excuse. I don't want to talk about the height. I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to talk about the disadvantage. Everybody in boxing, for the most part, got some disadvantage. Hey, we're going to see Bud Crawford versus Earl Spence. Earl Spence is a bigger guy. He rehydrates more. He's a taller guy. He's a stronger guy. He's been in the weight class, so there's a disadvantage with Bud Crawford and Earl Spence. There's a disadvantage of Alexander Usyk and Anthony Joshua. There's a disadvantage of Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz. There's a disadvantage of Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. He's fucking weighed 50 more pounds than him. There's a disadvantage of a lot of fighters out there. There's a disadvantage of Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. that right now his poppy doesn't want me to fight because he feel like he could die in the ring because of the 157-pound catch weight. There's a disadvantage everywhere you look. Not everybody is structured the same way. Not everybody rehydrate the same way. Not everybody got the same size, the long reach. They don't got the same length. They don't got the same width. Everybody is different. I don't want to hear no excuses to justify the loss of Canelo Alvarez. And if you want to justify it about size and you didn't justify it where he beat the crap out of Kovalev, we don't want to hear no excuses. So stop with the fanboy, because right here in Punch Drunk Boxing, we break it unbiasedly, logically, and objectively. If you want to go to your narrative pimp and support and be a narrative hoe, you get the fuck out of here right now. You unsubscribe right now. Get the fuck out of here, because right here is hardcore boxing, unbiasedly, logically, and objectively. No, mama huevo. No. All right? If you want to get fucked up the ass by the pimps, by the narrative pimp, si Vancelina, a ti te canta la vasolina, dale la vasolina. Get the fuck out of here right now, because right here we speak facts, truth. I don't massage feelings. I don't be like, oh shit. Let me come up with a Canelo Alvarez. Let me come up with a content to talk shit about Dimitry Bivol, because I need my Canelo Alvarez supporters to be on my side on this one, man. I gotta shame. Who should I shame? Dimitry Bivol. I gotta shame Charlo. I gotta shame Charlo. I gotta shame Dimitry. I gotta shame BETERBIEV. I gotta shame everybody that's linked to Canelo Alvarez, so I could keep my subscribers happy, so I can massage my feelings and so massage their feelings, so I could keep that narrative going. But here in Punch Drunk Boxing, we don't do that like your favorite channel. We don't do that for your favorite channel. If I see your favorite channel, I smack them up for hustling my people. I smack them up. That's what I do. That's what I do. Mi gente, solo quiero un par de galletas. Yo soy el hombre. Yo soy el rey. En esta vaina, coñazo. Usted le gusta cogerse de pendejo. Maldito sea. Ustedes son estúpidos. A ti te gusta coger de pendejo. Maricón, coñazo, palomazo. Ustedes te están cogiendo así sin vaselina. Ay. With narratives. And because you don't want to justify certain things with Canelo Alvarez, you like to be my narrative pimp. My narrative pimp. Go hit it hard. Shit. Aquí no, señor. No, aquí no, señor. No, we're not even talking about Kaka TV. We're talking about the Canelo Alvarez. We're talking about the Canelo Alvarez narrative pushers. Oh, they got both sides too. There's both sides. ¿Ah? No se hagan como ustedes no saben quién son. No se hagan ustedes. They know. People know right here. Damn, Punch Drunk Boxing is saying the truth. I'm just saying, I hate these motherfuckers from this other channel, man. I hate fucking Dante Boxing Nation. I hate Akaka TV, and I hate the group over shit. They always talking shit about Canelo Alvarez, so I gotta stick to this group. I gotta stay on call with this group that's going after them because I hate when they talk shit about Canelo Alvarez. And this is what it is. This is a battle between narratives with y'all. This is a narrative between battles with y'all. If you feel like I know who I'm talking about, put the name over there. Go ahead. Huh? What happened? You got guilty conscience? Put the names. Put the names of the channel you think this is. Go ahead. Huh? Go ahead, baby. Go ahead. Let them know. They're reading the comments. Let them know. Tell me if I'm lying. I know lying, motherfucker. Usted están ya in the right place. Shout out to the people in the chat right now. Y'all in the right place, right time. Good truth, right truth. Nothing but the truth. Punch Drunk Boxing, the most dangerous motherfucker in boxing. Talk. Let's go. Punch Drunk Boxing. El pastor de la sazón, el borracho del boxeo, señores y señoras. Now, you see the thumbnail. You see the title. We break things down unbiasedly, logically, and objectively. We all know that the fight this Saturday is locked and loaded, is already sealed, and it would be delivered. But before that, Canelo Alvarez, El Rey, still pound for pound, top 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can flip it around. I don't give a damn. He's still pound for pound. Canelo Alvarez is still the cash cow. Canelo Alvarez is still the Rey, the king, motherfuckers. Canelo Alvarez, the 4th Division World Champion, the super middleweight undisputed. Cartelo, Nelo, King Nelo. But the facts is that he went to the light heavyweight division, a place that he has been there before. A place that he's been successful before. And not only successful, he made a statement by being in the light heavyweight. And when he beat the crap out of future Hall of Famer Sergey Kovalev, when he beat the crap, when he stopped him, when he knocked them out, there was no excuses. There was no justification about Canelo Alvarez's height, about Canelo Alvarez's size, about Canelo Alvarez's willingness, about Canelo Alvarez. Nothing you do. You know why? Because he was great enough and accomplished. And when you're great, especially in the sport of boxing, you get the respect that you deserve. Is when you exceed the expectations, when you max the expectation. And Canelo Alvarez has just done that. Canelo Alvarez has separated himself from contemporaries. We don't take nothing away from Canelo Alvarez. Never. Me, Ponte Dronky, say, hey, Canelo Alvarez, ¿cómo está? Cuando I saw him in New York City. Eddie Reynoso, dímelo, ¿cómo va? Hey, Canelo Alvarez, the camp was like, yo, Punch Drunk, yo, you real. A mí me gusta la canada de usted, gracias, mi hermano, yo hablo la verdad. Hey, you fair, man, you speak the truth. I don't need to even prove nothing to y'all. You know why I don't got to prove nothing to y'all? You know why I'm not afraid to say the truth and praise and also hold accountability? Because when I show my face, and I go to these places, when they see me, when Canelo Alvarez actually see me, when Canelo's team actually see me, when Canelo Alvarez and his team and Eddie Reynoso actually see me, I'm okay with the support. I'm okay with the loyal support. But ain't nothing better than getting the support and getting the blessing and getting the props for those men and women, the modern day warriors, modern day gladiators. They put their life on the line for pure entertainment. When they see Punch, they see real, they see fair. And that's why I could go to fights, I could show my face, I could go anywhere by myself, dolo, any camp, any entourage. I might not like what you said that time, bro, but you fair though. What I'm saying, I did see that other video where you was pumping me. Even when I seen Devin Haney himself. Yo, I like that video that you did with when I said that he got the voodoo on everybody. They was laughing when they saw me in Madison Square Garden in the press conference of Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor. Bill Haney saw me person to person. Devin Haney saw me person to person. Yo estoy aquí. Problema aquí. Si me lo quieren decir ahora mismo, dímelo. And for me, knowing that I go at him, I ain't no fake motherfucker. The reason why you didn't see an interview with me and Devin Haney is because I already knew I've been critiquing, praising you, but critiquing you very, very. I've been on your neck. But I'm not going to be fake and be like, yo, my man, can I get a picture and an interview? But boom, we was talking about the fight. We was talking. We went through the escalator. We was talking upstairs for a good 10 minutes. No problem. Boo Boo Andre, yo, Punch, what's good? Hey, yo, bring him to the locker room and stuff like that, man. He a real one, man. We need guys like that. We need guys like Punch in the media. Jamel Charlo, what's good, Punch Drug? I seen you, man. Stuff like that. Shout out to Donito Donan. Shout out to Pitbull. I was eating a salad next to Pitbull and stuff like that. He bought a salad and I bought a salad and we was eating there and I didn't even ask for an interview. I didn't ask for a picture. You know why? I said, man, buen provecho, mi hermano, and stuff like that. And I left them all. We were just sitting right next and I'm eating. He's eating. Yo no quiero molestar porque yo no soy así. Yo soy de New York City. I don't get starstruck. Come tu ensalada. Yo voy a comer el mío. Teofimo Lopez, what up, Teo? What up, Senior? What up, Sean? What up, Keith Thurman? Sean, Victor Ortiz, Manny Pacquiao, let me hold his belt, motherfucker! Manny Pacquiao, the 8th Division World Champion, the 5 lineal, the 6 lineal, the World Champion, the 12th time, Canelo, Manny Pacquiao. The ambassador, the senator, humanitarian, the greatest karaoke singer of them all. The GOAT, Manny Pacquiao. Let Punch Drunk Boxing hold this strap because he saw the spirit of Punch Drunk. I'm a real motherfucker. Shout out to Barry Hunter. Shout out to the Amanda Serrano. Shout out to Katie Taylor. Shout out to Sky Nicholson. Shout out to Crew DeJean. Shout out to Victor Belfort. Shout out to Luis Lazo. Shout out to my brother Kid Austin. Motherfucker, I'll walk these streets of boxing. Punch you, yo, Punch you crazy, yo, you crazy. Shout out to Michelle La Salsa Rivera. Shout out to Rolly. Shout out to Ryan Garcia. Shout out to Sean Garcia. Shout out to Henry Garcia. Punch, yo, you crazy, you funny, but I fucks with you. Why am I cussing so much? Because there's a lot of people that got devilish spirits, so I speak their language, Emmanuel Gutierrez. That's why. That's why I gotta speak the devil's language. I gotta speak on these. I gotta speak their language. That's why. Sorry, Dios, pero tú sabes cómo esta gente son. The thing is, what I'm telling you right now, folks, I value your support. I value your support. I'm happy. I'm blessed. I'm blessed with the people that's looking on right now. 42 people looking on right now because y'all appreciate some real shit. Y'all appreciate it. No son como malagradecido, channel flip-flopping motherfuckers that like to go with gossip But to be honest, brothers, when I go out there, I get my respect from the modern day warriors, modern day gladiators. I built this channel to share, to be another avenue for the modern day warriors, modern day gladiators, because I felt also that major networks abandoned the sport of boxing. I felt like Max Kellerman abandoned the sport of boxing, even when I know he was going to go to the first, the number one show in sports, First Take, and he abandoned our sport. And I said, yo, ESPN is going to be talking about boxing all day, and he abandoned our sport. ESPN truly don't talk about boxing. Fox don't talk about boxing. A lot of sports don't talk about boxing. The YouTubers keep boxing. The YouTubers keep boxing conversations alive. Now, what y'all gotta do, as subscribers, as people that's looking on, is will you keep the real boxing channels that break things down on boxing logically and objectively? Would you keep it alive? Smash the like button. 37 people looking on. Eso es trash. We don't move the needle nowhere. We don't move nothing. Nothing. Truth don't move nothing. Nothing. Ahí está la ofrenda, mi gente. Where's the fuck your support at? Where's the support that people go out there and bring you exclusive and go out there and bring you truth and bring relationships to bring you truth, to bring you facts, to bring you this? We had Nonito Done on this channel talking about contracts for 5 hours. Where is the support? Punch is sad to say, but Burt Sugar is gone and he will have kept everyone in check. Shout out to Burt Sugar. What are y'all going to do? Tenemos 43 gente ahora mismito. ¿Qué eso va a ser? Dime, mi gente, ¿qué eso va a ser? And when the other ones, they go live, tro de gente, hablando mentira, y lo soportan. Pues, ¿qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa con los canales? Que ya toda la gente van a decir, vamos a hablar mentira también. Espera, dame. Let me see how many likes. Man, fuck the likes. Fuck the likes. Smash the dislike. Fuck it. Subscribe if you want. Subscribe if you want. Like, that's it. I'm stopping with that like shit and subscribe shit. Subscribers. I don't give a fuck. I got the respect of the fighters. If I don't give me the credentials, the fighters will be like, you know what? Let that motherfucker in the fucking let Punch in. I want that guy. I want that boxing content creators to report on this fight. I'll depend on the fighters. Dimitry Bivol and Canelo Alvarez may not happen. And to be honest, I don't care if it does. Because Dimitry Bivol has a legitimate reason why not to fight Canelo Alvarez if he don't want. Mr. Moonshine, Rap Star Boxing Knowledge. What's good, my brother? Great show earlier talking about Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn. We're gonna be touching on just a little later. Let me get this intro in, brother. Shout out to Rap Star Boxing Knowledge, man. Subscribe to this channel. If Dimitry Bivol don't have to fight Canelo Alvarez, it's understanding. And Canelo Alvarez really don't have to fight Dimitry Bivol. It's understanding. There is no shame in Canelo Alvarez not wanting to fight Dimitry Bivol ever again. And there's no shame of Dimitry Bivol ever wanting to fight Canelo Alvarez ever again. There is no fear. There is no duck. There is no avoiding. You know what I'm saying? But the facts is that Canelo's team in his contract had a rematch clause. Dimitry Bivol did not impose a rematch clause in that contract. It was Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez's responsibility is either exercise it or don't exercise it. After you take on a fight and the other fighter takes on that fight and it's a world championship bout, there is a time limit for that rematch clause to be voided. By Canelo Alvarez not exercising the rematch clause, let Bivol team, the commission, the WBA, they got notified. Everybody got notified that he will take on the Triple G fight. So, if anybody out there you hear saying that there's still a rematch clause between Dimitry Bivol and Canelo Alvarez, you's a liar! Liar to the mother effing core. If there's anybody out there in YouTube that says there is still a rematch clause, a active rematch clause between Canelo Alvarez and Dimitry Bivol, you's a liar! Canelo Alvarez did not exercise the rematch clause. The longest in standard boxing that you could go with a rematch clause is 6 months. And that's the longest. Once a fighter, the fighter that you didn't sign the rematch clause, go out there and fight, he is fighting for a belt. There is no more rematch clause. Okay? Let's get out that. Let's get it out of the way. Okay? Now, could there be a rematch? Yes. Could Canelo Alvarez impose his cash money, his greatness to get Bivol back in the ring? That could possibly happen. But there is no more rematch clause. ¿Entiende? There is no more rematch clause. Could there be a rematch? Yes. Now, Dimitry Bivol in recent interviews asked, do you want the rematch with Canelo Alvarez?
It depends on me. Do I want to give him a rematch or no?
Depends on me. Do I want to give him a rematch or no? You know why now it depends on Dimitry Bivol if he wants to give the rematch? It depends on me now because now Dimitry Bivol doesn't have a rematch clause on his head. So now if there is a rematch between Canelo Alvarez and Dimitry Bivol, it's up to the guy, Dimitry Bivol, who beat him if I want to give him a rematch clause. I could understand Dimitry Bivol 100% not really being excited to fight a Canelo Alvarez again because, as we all know, and the boxing eyes for the hardcore boxing fans understand, that Dimitry Bivol outboxed Canelo Alvarez for most of the fight. You understand? He outboxed him. Wide margin. In which even the pugilist of the game says, he was just too much. To the point where people say Canelo Alvarez should not fight in that division, which I partially disagree because I say that Canelo Alvarez is an all-time great, and I believe that he could go into the drawing board, make adjustments, and actually great enough on the rematch to beat Dimitry Bivol. That's just my logic because I don't believe that Canelo Alvarez is just a Mexican great. I just don't believe that Canelo Alvarez is a great of this era. I believe that Canelo Alvarez is an all-time great. And by being an all-time great, to me, I give him the benefit of the doubt to go back to the drawing board, and he's great enough to make the adjustments. He's great enough for his skill set. He's great enough to beat Dimitry Bivol in the rematch. But that's not really the question. The question is, do Dimitry Bivol have to give Canelo Alvarez the rematch after him basically outclassing Canelo Alvarez? Did he beat him up? No. Did he demoralize Canelo Alvarez? No. A demoralize is Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder 2. That's demoralized. I took your aura out of you. I may have taken everything out of you, your heart. Andy Ruiz on Anthony Joshua. I took your heart. I believe that Anthony Joshua's heart is still in Madison Square Garden. So does Dimitry Bivol should fight? What fight that he prefers? Dimitry Bivol stated this.
Of course, I prefer a fight against BETERBIEV because he has a 3 belt. This is the fight what I want.
That's the fight that he wants. That's the fight that he deserves. And that's a legacy fight than going for a rematch with Canelo Alvarez. Because if he beats Zurdo Ramirez, another fellow Mexican, they're going to be calling him the Mexican Killer. And he fights BETERBIEV for the undisputed light heavyweight championship of the world. And beats BETERBIEV. Then Bivol has created a beautiful legacy in his short career, beating Canelo Alvarez, the undisputed middleweight champion of the world, super middleweight champion of the world. And he could become an undisputed in the light heavyweight, being BETERBIEV, who is regarded, the Terminator, who is regarded at this point, probably, arguably, the most dangerous fighter in boxing. Beat Canelo Alvarez, beat Zurdo Ramirez, beat BETERBIEV. It will be a great accomplishment for Dimitry Bivol. What if I was Canelo? Now, I want Canelo to get the rematch, but I understand there's no rematch clause. I want Canelo Alvarez to get the rematch as a fan, but I understand Demetrius Bivol's path is greater. Canelo Alvarez needs Dimitry Bivol more than Dimitry Bivol needs Canelo Alvarez at this moment in time. And if I was Canelo Alvarez, since Canelo Alvarez did his due diligence, if Canelo, this is what I could see from Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez beats Triple G this Saturday. Dimitry Bivol beat Zurdo Ramirez November 5th. BETERBIEV beat Anthony Yarde on their date. The undisputed between BETERBIEV and Bivol 2023. Canelo Alvarez signs a deal with PBC. Guess the Charlo or the David Benavidez fight, Cinco de Mayo. If Bivol beats BETERBIEV, becomes undisputed, then Canelo Alvarez has a beautiful time in September to get that fight. This time around, 2023, September, Bivol, undisputed versus undisputed. See, now this is better. This is better, unbiased, logically, and objectively. This is a better talking point than what other people in this fucking YouTube try to do. Spin narrative to sustain your views, to sustain the vote, to your subscribers, to shame everybody else. I'm going to tell you like this. For those out there, don't take it personal. There's a lot of great quality channels out there that you do not have to be that channel to be the debunk channel of the channels that you hate. You are smart enough. you are good enough as a channel to break it down unbiasedly, logically, and objectively with facts. And if you're a Canelo Alvarez channel, the facts always prevail. Canelo Alvarez is still probably the greatest of this era. There is truth. Truth will prevail. You do not need narratives to pump up Canelo Alvarez when Canelo Alvarez has done more than his contemporaries and has a large gap in that. You do not need to create narratives for Canelo Alvarez because you hate the channels that hate Canelo Alvarez. You're better than that. You're better than that. Be bigger than that. Be better than that. You are losing yourself as channels because you're so focused on the other channels that you hate that you're losing yourself as a boxing pugilist. You get me? Is it a hate? No. I'm letting y'all know. Those who use even fighters and guys like Canelo Alvarez to sustain your views and sustain everything, you don't have to go about it that way. Because Canelo Alvarez is great enough that in every angle, Canelo Alvarez talking points will always be supreme. You understand? You don't have to shame Dimitry Andre because we understand that Canelo Alvarez is already better. He's better. He has a better career. You don't have to shame Jermall Charlo because we already know Canelo Alvarez has done way better. He has done more than Dimitry Andre, Jermall Charlo, David Benavidez all put together. It's like beating a guy that's getting jumped and you come out of nowhere and stomp your feet on their head. Why? Because of that channel. Because that channel that shame Canelo Alvarez with them, they can't even that channel. Those channels can't even shame Canelo Alvarez. They don't even have a narrative for Charlo and Canelo Alvarez anymore. They don't even have a narrative for Dimitry Andre and Canelo Alvarez no more. They don't have it. It's no narrative. Canelo Alvarez accomplishment reigns supreme. Be the truth teller. That's all. Be the truth teller. Canelo Alvarez did not exercise the rematch clause. Thus, at this moment in time, he don't feel and his team doesn't feel that he needs to get the fight with Dimitry Bivol. It's smart enough for him to get the Triple G fight. Even though it's okay for Canelo, I didn't want him to give the Triple G that rematch because I feel like he was waiting on Canelo Alvarez. He didn't do shit to deserve that rematch. In my opinion, Triple G didn't do shit to deserve the rematch in the 4 years, between the 4 years. Triple G was doing the same thing. If there is a narrative on those guys that they was waiting for the Willy Wonka ticket, Triple G was also waiting for the Willy Wonka ticket. The only problem is he didn't get flamed like the other guys. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I said forget about that. Don't even smash the like button. Let me see where we at anyway. Let me see where we at. Mm. 48 likes. All right. Smith has to move 147. All right, folks. Let me speak a little bit on the Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. It's mixed emotions about it because I believe that Chris Eubank Jr. Is a grown man. He can make the decision for himself, and he's a warrior. And he got to be professional enough if you sign a contract that says you got to be professional enough if you sign a term or a contract that says that he wanted to make 157 pounds. I believe that he should go along with the contract because already it's well in those camps. It's well in. A lot of people was invested in the fight. A lot of people was invested in the production. A lot of people was invested already, and you already dragged your opponent to be in camp and training for this fight and hiring people for this fight and paying people for this fight. And I think a lot of people don't understand the back end of this sport. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of money that's spent on camps. I'm talking about budget money. I believe I'll tell you like this. I could be wrong, but I know information about budget money for the camp. In the magnitude fight like this, Conor Benn probably got a budget of $250,000 or $300,000 for a camp. That money is put out there. Conor Benn have to, and Chris Eubank Jr., these guys will have to spend on sparring partners, nutritionists, strength and conditioning coach, everything. It's a lot of money when it comes to camp at this level. A lot of money. A lot of money. Think about it. Let's say Teofimo Lopez spent $250,000 in his camp versus George Kambosos. Can you imagine what Conor Benn or Chris Eubank Jr. in the magnitude of their fight, how much they're spending? You know what I'm saying? Now, I understand as a father that you're very and you're knowledgeable because his father, Chris Eubank Sr., has also been a fighter, one of the greats. So we understand a lot about weight cuts. He understand what can happen in the ring. He can understand how hard it could be rehydration. A lot of people always thinking about the weight cut and them slimming down, looking like a skeleton. But the rehydration is as dangerous as the weight cut. Sometimes the nutrition, the protein, the iron, it doesn't digest. Sometimes a lot of these guys can't even eat food. You know what I'm saying? Some of these guys have landed in the hospital and we don't know. And then we see them Saturday night and they're fighting. This is a very, very cruel, grimy sport. And where the fighter at this point has a lot of pressure. And you think it's fan pressure. It's not fan pressure. It's pressure from the network. It's pressure from the promoters. It's pressure from the sponsors. It's pressure from the investors because everybody already put their money in. And one guy could just pull out and fuck up the whole event, the whole card, everything that was invested in this by pulling out of this fight. It would be crazy. But I understand that health comes first, just like in our lives. Health comes first. So I understand the sentiment of Chris Eubank Sr. But I think since Chris Eubank Sr. has not been in the gym with his son, he don't train his son. He's not even involved in this fight for his son. He don't know the preparation with his son. It's hard for me to also give him 100% of the benefit of the doubt to say I'm pulling my son out of this fight. You don't know how your son been working out. You don't know the preparation. He said that he don't even know. Chris Eubank Jr. said that he don't even know if his father going to be in his corner. Haven't spoken a lot about it. Nigel Benn is going to be in his son's corner. So, I don't know. Of course, Chris Eubank Jr., Sr. almost killed a man in the ring. God bless his son. He died, and I feel the nervousness and the danger that weight cut could be for Chris Eubank Jr. But don't you think that the guy that could be as not fearful, but as nervous is Conor Benn? Conor Benn is giving Chris Eubank Jr. all the advantages. He'll be moving up 10 pounds. He could be sluggish. Smaller arms, less experience. Sure. He's giving Chris Eubank Jr. all the advantage. from intellect, experience, probably skill set, everything. So as much as you want to pity the Eubanks, the man that's taking the most risk at this point of his career, and career-wise too. Career-wise, when he's at in his career, experience, skill set, power, size, reach, everything is on Chris Eubank Jr. And the only thing he has to do is lose those 3 pounds, which those 3 pounds may be hell. But Benn is the one that's sacrificing the most. Benn is the one that's sacrificing the most, and the one that's complaining the less. The younger guy, the smaller guy, the one that has less experience, the one that could actually get killed in the ring because he is the one with this advantage. So at this point, I was thinking about it. I support all the modern day warriors, modern day gladiators. But if Benn is not complaining, and his daddy, who is also a legend in his own right, that has the same experience and the same knowledge of Chris Eubank Sr., Benn has the statistical fortitude, the balls, the heart to go inside that ring with all the disadvantages, and he is complaining the less. He's not the one eating Kentucky Fried Chicken, and he's the one that needs to gain the weight. So it tells me there's some uncertainties and there's some unprofessionalism, or there may be mind games with the Eubanks. But don't tell me you're having trouble making the weight when you're eating Kentucky Fried Chicken on the 4th week of camp. Sorry. No pity. No pity when there's another warrior out there smaller than you, all the disadvantage. You got all the advantages. Matter of fact, you even have another legend in your corner, one of the greats, Roy Jones Jr. You even have the trainer, a better trainer and a better knowledgeable person on that corner. So you tell me, Chris Eubank Jr., you better get in that arena October 8th, and you better fake Benn, or you a straight up coward. Yeah, I said it. 32 years old with daddy issues. No. I agree with Benn. 32 years old with daddy issues. No. You said you're doing this for the name. In that face-off, you said that my father said that we should get this fight a little later for more money. That we should get this fight a little later for more money, maybe have 2 more fights and build this fight up bigger. Maybe he's using this excuse to build this fight for more money, and he's using the weight cut as an excuse. What you think? There won't be a weight cut in 2 more fights after this? You think it won't be a weight cut after this? Rapstar said weight is no joke. Weight is no joke, but when you eating Kentucky Fried Chicken, I don't want to hear it. When you eating Kentucky Fried Chicken, sorry, the excuse is voided. Don't eat Kentucky Fried Chicken and say I can't make the weight. What the fuck is that? It's like a bitch eating a bunch of food and stuff like that. Like, oh my God, Rapstar, you know, I'm trying to lose weight and eating a fucking whole bowl of chicken and a bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken and be like, I'm trying to lose weight for real. You know what I'm saying? I want to look good for the summer. You's a liar. No excuses when you eating a bucket of Kentucky Fried. He ain't eating no 2 pieces of chicken. He ain't going to the Chinese store and get 2 pieces of chicken wings and stuff like that for $1.50 each. He got a whole bucket. Don't tell me you complaining about weight and you got a bucket of KFC. You must be out your goddamn mind. I'm sorry, I ain't pitying your ass. He said, keep the same energy while Andre putting on fights. Why? Why are you saying that, Edgar Moreno? Because you want to justify the Canelo Alvarez, right? Okay, I say it because I'm real enough. That means Andre did pull out the fight with Janet Beck so he could get a better and a harder fight and a more disadvantaged fight versus Zach Parker. Got it? Yep. The Mise Andre, Doug Janabek, to fight Zach Parker, moving up, daring to be great, like Canelo Alvarez went up to dare to be great, went and fight the bigger, stronger, more better record and better knockout ratio in Zach Parker, undefeated as well. So he ducked and avoided Janibek to get the harder opponent. There you go. Those are the facts. Got it? You like it? You like it, Moreno? You see how I keep it real? Bang. Now, Edgar Moreno, now go to those channels and say that, yeah. Now Zach Parker has no skills, though. Oh, now he has no skills, right? So justify it now. Punch, you know, Zach Parker has no skills. He's in the same position at 168 that Janibek is in 168, but he got no skills. He got a better record, but he has no skills. He got a better knockout ratio. He got no skills. He's bigger, stronger than Janibek, but he got no skills because y'all want to justify with the Dimitry Andre. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I know it's a Canelo thing. It's a YouTube thing. That's what it is. It's shame Dimitry Andre because you feel the other channels, the pro-black channels, use Andre Charlo to shame Canelo Alvarez. So fuck Dimitry Andre and shit on him. I understand. I already know the game, brother. Carlo G, I know the game. Don't play with me, brother. I know the game. I know the game in this. I know the hustle. All right, brother? Don't worry about it. You don't got to fake it with me. Go to them other channels and fake that shit and get fucked. Get fucked without Vaseline with the narrative. You can't play that shit with me. I'm too smart for this shit. All right? I'm too smart for this shit, bro. If you want to get pimped out by the narrative channels and be a narrative hooker and be a narrative hoe, you go over there, bro. They're going to fuck your ass without Vaseline with the narratives. I'm going to tell you the truth, whether you like it or not. Now he got no fucking skills. But Janibek is the second coming of Jesus Christ. The fuck Janibek earned. And what Zach Parker earned. The same shit. Fuck out of here. What the fuck is y'all talking about, bro? Andre would have been a mandatory, right? If he beat Zach Parker, it'd be the mandatory to Canelo Alvarez. And that's what it is, because people just don't want Dimitry Andre to be in that position again, so they won't have to hear the narrative that Canelo Alvarez is ducking Dimitry Andre. So they don't want Dimitry Andre to go out there, fight Zach Parker, be in position to be the mandatory of Canelo Alvarez, because they don't want to hear the other channels, which they call the racist channel, shame Canelo Alvarez with Dimitry Andre to him be mandatory and him ducking the mandatory. Come on, bro. Come on. Stop. I'm already ahead of this shit, bro. I know all the fucking narrative. I know the hustle. I know all this shit, bro. Okay? So go back to them channels. Get fucked over. Get fucked without Vaseline with the narrative. And don't play that shit with me and Punch Run Boxing, man. Come on, bro. Either you want to be here, you want to be real. Either you want some real shit, or you want some real unbossy, logically and objectively shit, or you go back to them channels and they let them fuck you by the, without Vaseline with narratives. Okay? He would have been the mandatory. He was going to get a crack at the mandatory. The reason why Dimitry Andre could get in that position to become the mandatory, Edgar Moreno, is because before the fight with Jason Quigley, he became a super middleweight, a super WBO champion, in which he could move up and get in place for a shot. But Zach Parker was already he wanted eliminated to be in that position, so he was gonna fight Zach Parker, keep his belt, and if he beats Zach Parker, he would have had the decision to keep which belt. You know what I'm saying? But because of the injury and because he had to pull out from the fight because of the injury, that WBO made a decision: either you're gonna stay or either you're gonna go. If you go, now you really got to drop the belt. So that's what it was. If he didn't get injured, he was still gonna keep the belt and fight Zach Parker. Who said he said Bivol only beat Canelo because Canelo got tired and didn't bring an A side? Who said that? He said Bivol only beat Canelo because Canelo got tired and didn't bring an A side. Come on, man. Who said that shit? Come on, man. Fuck out of here about that excuse shit. High low, dímelo. Gracias, mi hermano. El único hoy que soporta a tu hermano. Gracias, mi hermano, como siempre. Loyal, man. Loyal since day one. Day one. Gracias, mi hermano. Is that Zach Parker a done deal? I think it hasn't been announced. Hopefully, maybe I could get a interview with Dimitry Jr. and let him explain for himself. He said, I think some of these might be IBFP fanboys. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Other people got their channels and people say what they want to say. But I'm going to tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to say the truth. If they saying that Canelo Alvarez, the reason why he lost is because he got tired, can you imagine if every fighter say the same thing? Oh, you know what I'm saying? I lost because I got tired. But next time I'll keep my stamina up. Come on, man. That's no excuse, man. How about if Dimitry Bivol put in that pressure that got him tired? How about that? Kings of the Commonwealth, what's good? Kings of the Commonwealth, he say, yo, hey, yo, we need that mega hat, man. That's when I'm all hyped up, right? That's what I'm talking about, brother. All I said is don't bring narratives. I love unbiased boxing talk. That's what I'm talking about, Pat Greedy, man. It's all about unbiased. When we talking about Canelo Alvarez, there's no need to create a narrative because Canelo Alvarez has separated himself from his contemporaries. You can't match Canelo Alvarez with nobody. You cannot shame Canelo Alvarez with nobody. The only thing that you could do with Canelo Alvarez is go by his statements. And that's the only reason why I said what I said about him not fighting Mexican fighters, not because I created a narrative. Canelo Alvarez brought that upon himself to put out there that he's not willing to fight Mexican fighters. Who's Mexican? Sudo Ramirez, Jaime Munguia, David Benavidez, a guy that in this community, YTBC, he's getting shamed to fight David Benavidez, a Mexican. So that makes it people to critique Canelo Alvarez, which we see Isaac Cruz this past week and fight a Mexican fighter. When we see Juan Francisco Estrada, a living legend, fight a Mexican fighter. When we see one of the best fights, memorable fights of the sport of boxing, Mexican fights is always the most entertainment. They always satisfy the fans. It's always an epic war. It's beautiful, and this is why he was getting critiqued. And I understood Canelo Alvarez, but I don't agree with Canelo Alvarez. But people, the fanboys, get mad because you have to agree with everything Canelo Alvarez says, sweat, everything that he said. You have to agree. If you don't agree with Canelo Alvarez, they identify you with the channel that they hate. You understand what I'm trying to say? Kings of the Commonwealth said, just saw Canelo Alvarez versus Triple G won again. I think Triple G won. I saw it the other day. And I think that still could have gone another way. And when I first saw it, I thought it was close to a draw. But if anybody get the victory, it will be Triple G. The second time around, I saw it as a draw. The first fight, and look, it was a hard fight to score, bro. It was hard. It was hard. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, the second fight. And I think it was hard because he was working from the outside. You know what I'm saying? He was fighting from the outside. And I think it was a kind of different type of tactic that we've seen Canelo Alvarez. So I think in the beginning of the fight, people really just didn't like the way that Canelo Alvarez was fighting. They was giving Triple G the benefit of the doubt because he was the pressure fighter, and he was and fans love pressure fighting. They award the pressure fighter to win. You know what I'm saying? If it's a close round, they rather give the guy that's actually in the inside trying to pressure the fight. But I believe the second fight, I give it to Canelo Alvarez, 115, 113. It's still close fight. Good looking now. Jackie, what's good? What's good? You know what I'm saying? Like, all I'm saying is, yo. All I'm saying is, I'm going to say it again for everybody to understand. And for other channels to understand, because what y'all going to do is take what I'm going to say, go to the other channels and say, punch this, punch that, punch this. I'm always over the street. Anybody that want that work, want that smoke, I got the thickest smoke in the YTBC. All right? All I'm saying is this. Dislike, criticize fighters like Dimitry Andre, Jamal Charlo, David Benavidez, all you want. What I am telling you is this. You really don't dislike them. What you dislike is the other channels that shame Canelo Alvarez with these guys. So you support these channels that go back at those channels and go at the fighters that they're trying to shame Canelo Alvarez with. In the end of the day, this is a hustle. This is a hustle. You understand? So they won't say nothing great about these guys because they don't want to justify or even sound remotely just a little bit, and just agree a little bit with what they may be saying. So now people are willing to shame Dimitry Bivol because they feel that people are saying, I've said myself, Canelo Alvarez did not want to fight Dimitry Bivol because he did not exercise his rematch clause that they put in the contract. And when there's a rematch clause, the triple G's of the world is already notified that if he exercised the rematch clause, he gets that fight. He gets the immediate Bivol fight, and Triple G will have to wait on that fight. They want to say that no, there's still a rematch clause. There is no more rematch clause. That's it. It's voided. It's done. That's it. He didn't exercise it. Dimitry Bivol and the WBA, when that's it. They noticed, they got notified, and that's why the WBA mandated the fight. There is no rematch clause where Canelo Alvarez is the king. But let me tell you like this. Canelo Alvarez can't make Bivol do what he want to do at this moment. The rematch clause is not over his head anymore. Now Bivol would have to wait for Canelo Alvarez to exercise the rematch clause or don't until he make the next move. I agree with Bivol. I understand Bivol that he rather fight BETERBIEV than Canelo Alvarez because he already beat Canelo Alvarez in a wide margin. So for the fanboys, stop besando culo. Culo. Deja la vaina. Stop trying to pop Canelo Alvarez ass pimples. Stop choking on Canelo Alvarez ass hair for views and subs. And you stop getting fucked up the ass without Vaseline by the narrative pimps because you are a narrative hoe.
You can't handle the truth.
No, vamos a hablar. Vamos a hablar. Rider of the storm. What's good, brother? That's what it is. We just keep it real on Bossy logically and objectively. Again, they pulled Dimitry Bivol, sir. Do you want the rematch?
It depends on me. Do I want to give him rematch or no?
It depends on him if I want to give you a rematch. So let's say Canelo Alvarez is saying, I'm gonna fight the rematch with Dimitry Bivol. If he loses, I don't give him the rematch. I believe at this point with Dimitry Bivol, I believe that Canelo Alvarez, his ego is getting checked by Dimitry Bivol. That's what this interview was all about. I mean, the way that he answered that. It's up to me if I want to give you a rematch. My brother, I don't really need you no more. I already beat you. You need me. You need to avenge the loss. I got an undisputed bout waiting for me if I take care of business. Let me break it down to you in our language, right? Hey, yo, Canelo, yeah, you're an all-time great, but I beat you. And I beat you by a wide margin. And I don't need you. Matter of fact, I don't need you a lot because I'm even getting paid more fighting Sudo Ramirez than fighting you the first fight. Also, I want to accomplish what you have accomplished in the middleweight division. I got my own lane. I could take care of you. I already took care of you. I'm going to take care of the guy that you don't want to fight, Sudo Ramirez, because he's Mexican. So I'll take care of the Mexicans since you don't want to take care of them. I'll take care of this other Mexican. And then I'm going to move. And then I get the BETERBIEV fight, become undisputed. And maybe we can make it a bigger legacy fight. And maybe I get 50 or maybe I get the 60-40 and get a big slice of the cake. And it will be an undisputed versus undisputed. And then, maybe then, I will give you the rematch. That's what Dimitry Bivol is actually saying. And if he is saying it just like that, he get the benefit of the doubt. Dímelo. Does anybody in the chat has a problem with that? Is anybody catching feelings about that? Bivol knows that if he fights Canelo again, Canelo does just a tad bit better, he will get the fight stolen. I don't think rematch will be any more competitive than the first fight. I think it would. See, I think it would. I think that Canelo Alvarez is great enough where he can make the adjustments. That's what it is. I do believe that Canelo Alvarez is great enough. I got Canelo Alvarez as an all-time great, not this era great, an all-time great. And I believe he can make an adjustment versus Dimitry Bivol, and actually is great enough to come with a victory. But I understand that Bivol don't need Canelo Alvarez right now. He got legacy. We want fighters to go for legacy, right? We want fighters to go for undisputed, correct? Right? That's what we want. Jermell Charlo and Brian Castano. We want to see the undisputed between Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury. Correct. We want to see we want to see maybe Butler Inoue for the undisputed. Correct. We want to see the undisputed. We wanted to see the undisputed in the lightweight division. Correct. Right. So we want to see the undisputed. I wanted to see the undisputed in the middleweight division. That's why I was so hard on Triple G not fighting Demetrius Andrade and fighting Jermell Charlo to unify the titles in the middleweight division, the prestige division. So I would like to see an undisputed if it's there in our hands and it's there for his legacy, there for BETERBIEV legacy, and they're both undefeated, both dangerous, both 1 and 2, A1, A2, whatever y'all want to call it, and see the undisputed. At this moment in time, he already took care of Canelo Alvarez, and he took care of Canelo Alvarez roughly easy. Right of the storm. And I'd rather see Canelo Alvarez if he's going to say at 168. And he is saying that he's too small. Then fight David Benavidez. That's probably a little smaller than Dimitry Bivol. Don't say that is the weight. Don't say that is the size. Don't say, and then act like, and then people want to say, oh, he lost because he got tired. If he didn't get tired, it would be a different. Deja la cotorra, mi hermano. Deja esa vaina. Deja de estar dando asco. Mi hermano, deja de estar dando asco, señor. Deja de estar dando asco, man. Let me stop looking at my boy Earl Spence. Mira, Black Woman. Mira, usted también. Mira esta vaina. Mira esta vaina. Mira. Canelo needs to stop ducking my boy Earl. Y esa vaina, señor. Y eso. ¿Qué droga que tú estás usando? ¿Qué droga que tú estás usando? La droga aquí, señor. ¿Qué droga la gente está usando? Y esa vaina aquí. ¿Qué es eso? Dios, ayuda a esta gente. A Black Wamba. Ayuda a ese tipo que está en droga. Y ese tipo que está en droga, ahí, King, you in Philadelphia, my friend? I saw a documentary and stuff like that. What's the documentary that they have a bunch of drug addicts in Philadelphia? Mira, di que strap season. No, el strap season que se está metiendo tu mujer. That she put a strap and she be fucking you in the ass. That's the strap season for you, motherfucker. Your wife be getting the strap, have a pinga, and she be duking you in the ass. Maldito sea, vete de aquí, maldito palomo, y fuera de aquí. Coñazo que tú estás. That's your strap season. That's your strap season, ain't me mito. A strap that your girl buy, a strap con la pinga de 10 inches and fuck you in the ass with it. That's your strap season. A él le canta la gasolina, dale la gasolina. Maldito palomazo, vete de aquí, señor, con eso, con esa droguita. Droga, get the fuck out of here, man. ¿Qué pasa con ese tipo? That's the strap season right there for you. That's the strap season for you. Fucking Canelo Alvarez fucking ducking. Diablo, man. A bunch of Bellevue Hospital. Where you came? Where you was at Bellevue Hospital?
You's a liar!
Why are you gay? Lesbian? Homosexual? How can I describe you?
$40, $40, $40.
Look, man.
My friend, this is your girlfriend. This is your girlfriend, motherfucker. That's your strap season, motherfucker, you. Oh. Motherfucker. ¿Qué le pasa a ese tipo, man? ¿Qué le pasa, man? He put my Dominican.
Mía, saben que yo le tengo una producción que dice, mami, ¿y qué lo que? Yo, dime si me quieres o si no me quieres. Mami, yo tengo mala suerte con las mujeres. Mami, tú me tienes llorando como un perrito. Llorando como un perrito. Llorando como un perrito. Mía.
Este craquero, man. Ese craquero, diablo, man. What happened to you, my friend? Is that Joe Biden did that to you? But anyway, man, tomorrow's gonna be another day. Tomorrow gonna be another day, man. Thank you for the people that timed in today, man. We gotta get these numbers up, man. For real, y'all. We gotta get these numbers up. Y'all gotta support the channel better. Y'all gotta share the live, share it, man. I mean, I'll tell you the truth, man. The support ain't coming, man. I'm losing the motivation, brother. I'm losing the motivation. I'm going to create another channel, and your boy, Mr. Moonshine, is going to bounce. And I could stay stuck with these narrative channels. Gotta be I gotta be support. I put in that work. I gotta put in that work for your boy, man. Keep this channel alive. We got some good interviews coming real soon. Rap, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even. I don't got the energy right now, my brother. I don't feel the support right now. So tomorrow, my brother. If you're gonna go live on your channel, but I'm done for the night. Love y'all. God bless, and on to the next.